This king has 16 wives, 45 children, and 15 grandchildren. His father has 70 wives, 210 children, and more than 1,000 grandchildren. His name is Mswati III, Africa's last absolute monarch, the king that has complete power over his country with no opposition nor ministers. He is the king of Eswatini, formerly known as Swaziland, tucked between South Africa and Mozambique. With just 1.2 million people, it's easy to miss on the map, but its king makes sure the world never forgets it. This nation isn't just unique, it's one of the last absolute monarchies on earth. In Eswatini, the king doesn't just rule, he reigns over every corner of life. King Mswati III was crowned king at just 18 years old. He's been ruling since 1986, and he doesn't share power with a parliament or prime minister. He appoints them. The king lives in luxury, with a fleet of Rolls-Royces, private jets, and more than a dozen royal palaces while most of the country struggle to survive. The king's personal life often grabs global headlines. His 16 wives each has her own mansion, staff, and state-funded lifestyle. The women are often chosen in a deeply traditional and deeply controversial way. Every year, in late August, tens of thousands of young Swazi maidens gather for the Umhlanga Reed Dance. It's a ceremony to honor the Queen Mother and celebrate chastity, but behind the culture lies controversy. The king often attends, watching from a throne, and historically, has used the event to choose a new wife. It's a spectacle of tradition and a magnet for criticism. Supporters say the Reed Dance is a sacred cultural event, a celebration of identity and womanhood. But critics, including human rights groups, say it objectifies women and reinforces patriarchy. Meanwhile, calls for democracy is growing louder, but it's often met with silence or suppression. In a world chasing democracy and modernity, Eswatini stands defiantly traditional. Its monarchy, its rituals, and its king continue to draw fascination and fierce debate. The question is, how long can one man rule, choose wives, and command a kingdom before the winds of change sweep in? Would you live under a king like this? Let us know in the comment. This small kingdom is known for hosting the largest selection festival in the world, with parades of over 50,000 unmarried women in special attires, waiting for you to ask their hands in marriage. Well, not quite, but waiting to get picked by the king as his new wife for the year and leaving the rest for men all over the globe. This sounds like your paradise, but if you think you want to marry one of them, think again, because this tiny kingdom has even more interesting and unique features. A type of ordinary water that all visitors love, or cities that are very close to each other but have completely opposite lifestyles. There are so many other strange things here. So let's start today's travel documentary and begin exploring life in Eswatini, the second smallest country in Africa after the Gambia. A landlocked kingdom in southern Africa, nestled quietly between South Africa and Mozambique. At just over 17,000 kilometers, Eswatini is about the same size as Houston, Texas, and even smaller than Gauteng, South Africa's tiniest province. But what it lacks in size, it makes up for in harmony. Unlike many neighbors across Africa, Eswatini shares peaceful borders, especially with Mozambique, which also contributes most of the country's modest refugee population. What's remarkable? Many Eswatini locals take in refugees, offering them shelter not in camps but in their homes. Despite its small footprint, the terrain here is mighty. Eswatini is mostly mountainous, with Mbabane Peak rising over 6,000 feet, higher than New York's Mount Marcy. Thanks to this elevation, temperatures stay comfortably between 15 to 20 degrees Celsius, or 59 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. You might know it as Swaziland, but in 2018, King Mswati III officially renamed it Eswatini, meaning Land of the Swazi, to shed its colonial past. While many travelers still find Swaziland easier to remember, the king had his reasons. Here's a twist: Eswatini has two capitals, Mbabane, the bustling business center, and Lobamba, the serene royal and cultural heart. And yes, this is one of the few countries in the world still ruled by an absolute monarchy. The king doesn't just govern, he decides. Parliament exists, but power rests in the royal palace. Despite widespread poverty, the king lives lavishly. With 11 palaces, private jets, and over a dozen Rolls-Royces, his 16 wives, many were chosen. The Umhlanga Festival, or Reed Dance, is the world's largest wife selection event. Each year, over 50,000 young women dance before the king. In 2024, he chose his latest queen, the daughter of South Africa's former president, Jacob Zuma. But not every girl dreams of royalty. Many come hoping to meet foreign men. If we wanted Swazi men, they say, we wouldn't travel this far. Marrying in Eswatini, even outside royalty, can be expensive. Bride price is paid in cattle, often 15 to 50 head. For a princess, up to 300. That's well over $100,000. The culture here is rich and authentic. From grass huts to vibrant traditional dances, Eswatini preserves its soul. In the capital Mbabane, life buzzes with sound. Vendors shout over each other, children laugh, musicians play. It's a city alive, loud, proud, and full of rhythm. Don't worry about bottled water. Eswatini's tap water comes from deep underground aquifers, naturally filtered and praised for its purity. For nature lovers, visit Mloloja Nature Reserve, home to 280 bird species, zebras, antelopes, and the tallest waterfall in the country. Try ziplining or relax in forest camps surrounded by raw African beauty. And if you're into music and art, don't miss the Bushfire Festival in May. A massive international event that celebrates African creativity and raises funds for local communities. Hungry? Try sishwala, a millet porridge, or inyama yenloko, slow-cooked cowhead. Pair it with pumpkin stew or spicy dried meat snacks called omkunu. Living here is affordable. Rent for a one-bedroom in the capital ranges from $250 to $400 per month. A full meal as low as $3. Healthcare, just $20 to $50 per visit. So could Eswatini be your next destination? It's quiet, colorful, cultural, and full of surprises. If you'd visit this hidden African kingdom, comment with a visit. And if you want more about visas or marriage customs, comment marriage. Thanks for exploring Eswatini with us. Don't forget to share and subscribe to our channel for more journey around the world. See you in the next video, but before then, stay curious, stay adventurous.